My dear friends, I am going to tell you the organization which is beyond the imagination, the organization which is the beyond any kind of discrimination, organization which is beyond the any kind of uh, unhealthy environment, organization which is above all kind of discrimination. That organization is named as Indian Air Force. That organization is named as Indian Air Force by the government of India. None of the organization in India or abroad, I hope, is comparable with the Indian Air Force. Indian Air Force has such officers, such commandant, such chief of the air staff, which really bears the responsibility of their subordinates, their juniors. They take the care of juniors and subordinates beyond the imagination. We are given the oath that we should serve in the air, land, and water. Apart from these affirmation and oath ceremony, when it is taken, then we see we keep up our subordinates' interest above own interest. We should take the care of our subordinate, our juniors, beyond the imagination. That is the Indian Air Force. Though we may have certain kinds of limitation for the certain things, above all, Indian Air Force has the real justice, liberty, fraternity, and really brotherhood. Indian Air Force, its name is justice is done everywhere. Justice is done everywhere. There is no kind of discrimination prevalent in the Indian Air Force. I have been given the opportunity by the Indian Air Force to serve for 20 years as a regular combatant member, and I am feeling the proud being the air warrior. I am feeling the proud of my officers. I feel the proud of my juniors too. I feel the proud of environment where it has been created by all the air officers, Indian defense. Such kind of environment for the working condition have been provided by the Indian Air Force to its employees, to its warriors, whether the uniform holder or civilians also. Everywhere I have seen the room heater was provided. Where? In Chandigarh. When I was in Chandigarh, during the winter season, where the air warriors are working, they have their room heater. They have the tea facility. They have every kind of facility We were having recreation room when I was living in Myanmar. Recreation room is there. Library is there. Reading room is there. Cinema hall is there. Grounds are there. See? Technical library is there. There is no facility which we can imagine and not provided by the Indian Air Force. I have been recruited after passing my 12th bio group. I was doing my BSc with Zoology, Botany, Chemistry. I could not complete, unfortunately. But after that, I took the permission for continuing my civil study. My dear friends, that organization arranged the vehicle. Every day, vehicle is provided to me, to every person, every air warrior who used to go to the examination center for appearing in the exam, civil exam. That facility is provided only in the Indian Air Force. CSD facility, hospital facilities. What kind of privilege is given to air warriors? I feel proud. Even after the retirement from the Indian Air Force, my family members' health is looked after by ECHS. Card is made for my wife, for my children, for my mother and father, both, though father is not alive. So for my mother and for my wife, for my children, ECHS card is made. And every facility of the canteen and hospital is provided. This is the organization which takes the care even though after the retirement, even though after the death of air warrior, their family members are looked after. Such a beautiful organization, such a marvelous organization is Indian Air Force. So I request to all the youngsters, those who are eligible, that is, those who are above 16 years of age and below 19 and a half years of age, they can try to get the service in the Indian Air Force. So, join the Indian Air Force to make the bright future, not only bright future, after the death also, future is there. When air warriors' death is occurred or happened, then they are provided with a good amount of insurance and salaries to their dependents. You see, everywhere you will find the Sainik Kalyana Vibhag. In every district headquarters you will find where we can register our name. This is the organization. It's made for the welfare of the combatant members and non-combatant members of the Indian Air Force. Though there are same privileges are provided to Indian Navy, Indian Army, but the facilities which are provided to Indian Air Force, they are above both the wings of the defense. Here in the Indian Air Force, we don't have any kind of discrimination. Officers, they love to the airmen. Officers, how humble they are. Officers, Here I quote the name of Wing Commander A.R. Banerjee, who was the surgical specialist of 7 Air Force Hospital, who was permitted to continue my B.Ed degree from the Kanpur University. He has given the permission to continue a study of my LLB degree. How I can forget Wing Commander A.R. Banerjee? How I can forget Group Captain Akhtar Sir, who was the commanding officer of 7 Air Force Hospital during my study period? How I can forget Wing Commander Sain Sir, who was in Command Hospital Air Force Bangalore? How I can forget our warrant officer Banerjee, physiotherapist, when I was doing my physiotherapy course in Command Hospital Air Force Bangalore? He has given the permission to go for 10 days casually, and after that he has extended 10 days more casually. Within 20 days I could complete my graduation, that is BE second year exam, final exam. These are the officers of the Indian Air Force have become boon for my life, and I will remember my whole life. Even after my death, my family members will also remember the same. Thank you very much. Thank you. Keep it up. Keep the same standard of the Indian Air Force. I request to all the air warriors, officers of the Indian Air Force, keep the same status. Let the sky fall down, but our training, the culture which have been prevalent in the Indian Air Force should remain forever. Jai Hind, Jai Indian Air Force, Jai Bharat Samvidhan. Dhanyavad.